Hello, welcome to day 5 of Coffee Coffee Talk. The first game, not the second one. I am going to keep specifying that because I want to say like part 1, but that just sounds like I'm recording part 1. Welcome back. We left off last time meeting a full cast of characters. I think the last of the new characters, I want to say. Aqua and Myrtle. Yeah, let's see what's going on today. The Evening Whispers. Profile, Morris Lester, from slum to glam. Pajama-clad 27-year-old actuary found decapitated on his own bed. Huh. Research found that most Fury sedative on the market are not safe. That's horrifying. Go straight into it. Let's catch up. Okay. Let's see, who do we got? Aqua. Oh, look at her. She looks so professional. Myrtle. Okay. Let's try not to mess up anyone's drinks today. And by let's, I mean me. I messed it up. Oh, goodness. Okay. Cyberpunk Love Hotel. Room service. Get this order to room 512. The order came around 10:30 p.m. I was doing nothing, or in other words, I was waiting for an order to come. I was tasked to take a bottle of wine and a couple packs of condoms. Yes, sometimes guests really do ask for things like that. Talk about being unprepared. The person in charge that night gave me the requested items and let me out of the room to deliver them. From there, I went to the lobby and waited for the elevator to arrive. While I was waiting, a guest came in behind me and pressed the button to call the elevator. He looked at me in awe. I looked back at him, showing him the smile hotel management taught me. He smiled back. We got in the elevator. He pushed the button for the 3rd floor. Silence filled the tiny room. If we ascended, the guest pulled his phone from his pocket and started recording me. This again, I thought. I didn't do anything about it. To be precise, I can't do anything about it. It's part of the job after all. Is it? Ding! We reached the 3rd floor. The guest left while still pointing his camera at me. At me. I waited alone until the elevator reached the 5th floor a few seconds later. I left the elevator and started moving towards room 512. When I was in front of the door, I rang the bell to let the occupants know I'd arrived. It's here, I heard the muffled voice of a woman. The door opened. Look, hun, they really do use a robot to deliver room service. The woman shouted back to her partner. Haha, that is so cool, the guy responded, trying to sound interested, though I'm sure he was staring at the woman's butt, and couldn't wait to use the stuff they'd ordered. Want to take a picture with the robot, okay? The woman said in a saccharine, sweet, mildly nauseating tone. Sure, hun. Wait, are you sure it's okay to just hug the robot like that? Huh. Turned out the man could still think with his big brain after all. It's fine. I saw they even have a robot you can have sex with. I'm sure a simple hug won't matter, said the woman. That's a different model. What's next? You're going to hug a Terminator? I screamed internally. Say cheese then. 1, 2, 3. Flash. It looks so cute. I was hoping it might look more human-like, though. Maybe they don't have the technology for that yet, said the adult woman, who still hadn't grasped the concept of look but don't touch. Okay, come on, darling. This robot has got other things to do. Let's just take your order and let it do its work. They took their order and closed the door. Oh, humans, how the hell did your people manage to survive for so long in this universe, I wondered, as I trundled back down to my room. That was just sad. Trying to explore more of the music. Okay, hello, dear Freya. Do you want to order anything else? I'm good for now. I'll order again once I finish reading this. Okay, then. I'll leave you with whatever that is. Oh, man. Aqua! Oh, Aqua! Fancy seeing you again so soon. Hi, Freya. Hi, Peach. Good evening, Miss Aqua. How are you two doing? Same old. I'm good, how about you? I'm fine, thank you, and you? Oops. I asked that already. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. Is Miss Myrtle here? So far, it's only me and Peach. We have you with us now, though, of course. Are you meeting her here tonight? Oh, it's not that. I was just wondering whether she's coming here again tonight. You have her email, right? Yeah. Why don't you just tell her to come and meet you here now? That always works for me whenever I want to talk to someone. Eek, that wouldn't be nice. It's not that important anyway. I just wanted to follow up on the questions your team sent today. Follow up directly, I mean. Anyway, I should order something. Order the masala chai, I'll make it up to you, I swear. Take your time, Miss Aqua. It's alright, I'll order now. I'll have a cup of tea with lemon and cinnamon, please. Oh, what's that? Cup of tea, lemon, cinnamon. Wait a second. What's this? Mint. I still want to figure out the masala chai so bad. Should I try? Just one. I'll try just once. I'll just try once. Okay. It's tea. Tea, cinnamon, surely. Is it ginger, maybe? I don't think there's ginger in masala chai. I want to test if it makes a difference the order you do it in. It does make a difference. Bullshit. Sorry, let's just do their normal tea. Lemon and cinnamon. Russian tea, ooh. Fancy. Here you go. Oh, it looks so pretty. If I'm not mistaken, it's called Russian tea, right? Oh, you knew? I heard about it once. I'm pretty sure the only part that's Russian is the name. It was originally from a community cookbook or something. You're right. Well, that's highly specific fun fact to know. I guess I spent too much time browsing the internet. When did you arrive, Freya? I've been here since you left last night. Blub, 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 blub. Finish drinking first, Aqua. I'm sorry. I said you haven't left? I was joking. Oh, that would be crazy. Why? Oh no, I didn't mean to offend you or anything. It's just that you shouldn't forget to take breaks. You too, Peach. Please make sure you get enough rest. Of course I will, Miss Aqua. Thank you for the reminder. By the way, Aqua. Yes? Where do you come from? Because, judging from your accent, you're not from the States, right? I'm not. I'm from the ocean. Whoa, you're so you're a full-fledged oceanic? Born and raised in the sea. Why did you move here? Chasing the American dream, I guess. You moved with your family? No, I'm the only one who could move here. Oh, may I know why? It's not easy for our people, especially the females, to get higher education. I got scholarships and the opportunity. I wasn't sure about moving, you know, but my parents pushed me to do it. How long have you been here? Almost 2 years now. Do your parents visit often? They can't. Do you know how hard it is for my people to get a US visa? I'm sorry to hear that. It's okay, we're still in contact. We do a video call at least once a week. Do you have siblings? Of course. We are sea people. My extended family is probably as big as Seattle's population. Whoa, that's a lot. You really have that many relatives? Of course not. I was just exaggerating. But if you count my grandpa's kids and grandkids, there are hundreds of us. Holy. How about you, Freya? Do you have any siblings? I have. Not as many as you, I assume. I have a little brother. 4 years younger. He also lives in Seattle? Nah, he's living in San Francisco. Near our parents' house. He's the good kid and I'm the rebel. Working some high-end tech job. Taking care of my dad on the weekends. That's so nice of him. I know, right? That reminds me. I should visit my parents after finishing this draft. You should. Visit them while you can. I know. Anyway, I want to order something. Another espresso? You know, the usual. I want to experiment so bad, but I don't want to waste my little experimental drinks. I'm so determined to find the freaking solid chai. Like, it's probably so obvious. Researcher by day, aspiring indie dev by night. Fighting demons right now. I really want to know how to make them a solid chai. Fine. Your espresso's ready. Thanks. Bitter. Just the way I love it. Ah! Wait, is he the last one we had to meet? I don't think we've met him yet. I love him. Good evening, sir. Good evening. How can I help you, sir? Yes. I don't know what to order. Something to raise your spirits, perhaps? Nothing you like on the menu? I can make you a custom drink if you like. Actually, are you familiar with STMJ? I'm sorry, I've never heard of it. If you can tell me the ingredients, I'm sure I can recreate it. Lucky me. STMJ stands for Susu Telur Madu Ja? It's Indonesian. That means milk, egg, honey, and ginger. Milk, egg, honey, ginger. Milk, egg, honey, ginger. Wait, do you have eggs? I certainly have. I do? They're not on the shelf. But I'll add an egg once I've mixed the rest of the ingredients. I'd love that. 1 cup of STMJ, please. I like how she's like, yeah, of course I have eggs. Wait, shit. What's she... Oh. Milk, honey, ginger? Is that it? I forgot already. To remember anything, I usually have to chant it to myself. God damn it. What was it? Thank God, I was literally whipping out my phone to Google it. I hate how it has to be like the specific order. Here's your STMJ, sir. That smell. Brings back so many memories. Now I kind of want to try that. Egg in a drink is crazy. I bet it's good. It sounds weird, but it's probably good. It's quite difficult to find a place with proper STMJ here in the States. I've traveled to so many places. None of them got it right. You're the first one to manage it. Excuse me, may I ask you girls something? Sure, ask away. What kind of things do you kids like doing nowadays? Excuse me? Aren't you college kids? No, we're not. I see. It just pops over. May I ask how old you are? You're being creepy, old man. Don't talk to him like that. Go back to your chair and keep your distance. Don't talk to him like... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be creepy. Aww. Hey, Peach. Who is this pervy old man? Would you quit talking to him like that? I have no idea. It's his first time here. I want to be able to understand young people. Quit bullying him! Make me cry. Oh, perfect, Georgie. Thank God you're here. Thank God you're here, Officer Georgie. What's up? Oh, God. I have to remember how to do his voice. I made him Southern. I feel like I should not do that. I'm running out of voices I could make my brain come up with. What's up? That's not it. That's, There's a creepy old man trying to flirt with us. Where? You mean him? Yes, but not so loud. This man here is Rachel's dad for you. He asked to meet me. I told him to come here. Oh. I didn't know that was Rachel's dad. It was a pervy old man. No wonder she ran away from home. Everyone please meet Mr. Furlong, Rachel's dad. Mr. Furlong, please meet Freya and Peach. Please call me Hendry. I apologize for earlier. I wasn't trying anything funny. I'm so sorry about that. Wait a minute. Your name is Hendry Furlong? Yes. And you're Rachel Florencia's dad? Yes. Furlong? Florencia? Why do you have different last names? What are you trying to pull? Why are you such a... Florencia was my late wife's maiden name. Oh, yeah! I'm sorry. Rachel chose it for her stage name. Why am I making him Southern now? Worried me trying to do his voice a little, like, raspy is gonna make it hard to pick up on the mic. Freya. Okay, I think I better work on my novel. I'm sure you guys have a lot to talk about. Freya, I'll come with you. Anyway, what was it you wanted to talk to me about? It's about Rachel. That night when you drove her home, was she hanging out with shady people? Well, I think one of them was a bit shady. Hey, I heard that. What? I'm not a criminal. I'm just kidding. She was in this coffee shop talking with Freya and Peach here. She wasn't in any danger. Are you sure? What about before that? Whoa, calm down. Is everything alright? It's just that I feel that she's getting more and more distant. I don't know how to talk to her anymore. Or even what to talk about. I don't know what kids her age are into nowadays. Every time we talk, we ended up fighting. I have 3 daughters. We fight all the time. One thing that I learned, give them time and space. But be there when they need you. Or you can just bribe them. One time I had a fight with my eldest daughter. She didn't want to talk to me for a week. I know she loves pizza, so I went to Rocco's and bought her favorite pie. I left the pizza on the table like a trap. And I just waited for her to take the bait, just like a stakeout. Once she took a bite, that delicious pepperoni, I casually grabbed a slice and sat with her. That pizza really helped smooth things over. After that, she wouldn't stop talking. What if what she loves doing is the problem? Rachel loves singing and performing on stage. I'm proud of what she has achieved with her career. She's really young. But the entertainment industry isn't a kind place. Not the label, not the media, not the fans. And I don't trust her new manager. Rachel's just a little girl. What if she gets harassed? Forced to do drugs? Did something happen? Well, nothing's happened. Yet. I just feel it in my guts. Is it possible you're just being paranoid? I don't know. Maybe? Psst. Peach, I need to go now. Thanks for the drink. Take care on your way. Well, can't you just find another manager? Rachel's already 18, so legally she can sign contracts without parental approval. I've been trying to tell her to quit, but every time I brought it up, we just ended up fighting. As a parent, there's really nothing much we can do other than guiding them and being there when they need us. Sooner or later, we'll have to trust them to make their own decisions. With everything we've taught them, hopefully they'll make the right choices. What if she made the wrong choices? I can do a background check on that manager. If that will ease your mind. Please do. I love Georgie. Okay, give me a name. It's Morris. Last name, Lester. Morris Lester, got it. Oh, isn't he the guy in today's paper? Anyway, I'll let you know if there's a hit. That was fast. Hold on, I gotta take this. I've just got a call. I've got to go. I'd love to talk more about this with you. Let's meet again soon. Wait. You have my contact details. Call me if you ever need my help. Wait. Oh, I have such a soft spot for this old man. Don't worry. I'm sure everything will be alright. I used to manage a girl band. I've seen bad things happen. That bad? Yeah. I was against her joining the pop group at first. But my wife, Rachel's mom, she convinced me to give it a chance. Ever since she's been gone, I don't know how to talk to Rachel. With her wanting to do more of her own stuff, I don't know what to do. What do you mean by her own stuff? modeling and a solo singing career. It's a whole different world than the band. I'm familiar with that side of the biz. But things have changed, right? Even if it has, I don't think it's for the better. She survived being an idol, even managed to graduate and start a solo career. She sounds like someone who can take care of herself. Don't you think so? She's not ready. I don't want her to get hurt. There are a lot of bad people out there. People that want to take advantage of her. You are her father. I understand you might be worried. However, you shouldn't hinder her from achieving her dreams. I just want what's best for her. Is it really what's best, though? I think she's born to soar. But she's just a girl. My little girl. Seriously. That's your argument? I didn't mean to sound that way. It doesn't matter whether she's a boy or a girl. You'll drive her away if you keep on acting like this. With your knowledge, you should be able to help her achieve her dreams. I was once a stubborn young girl, too. Maybe I can give you a little advice on how to handle rebellious teens. I'd love to hear it. Is it okay if I stay a bit longer, Peach? You don't have to leave, man. Take all the time you need. Sugar and spice. Well, that was a short day. That was a very short day. So I made the executive decision. You're getting 2 parts in 1. Because 20 minutes is just, it's too short. You know, I can't make videos that short. Feels uncomfortable, unnatural. Thankfully, my delightful, wonderful, perfect fiance brought me another cup of tea, which I needed, because my voice is going. I've recorded a batch recording the coffee talks, and oh my goodness, doing all the little different voices is killing me. He did knock, and it really upset our dog Finch. I'm gonna have to cut that out because I yelped and Finch was barking. It was a mess. Anyways, now I have my cup of tea. It is spiced chai with milk, and I think he put. I don't think he put quite enough honey or sugar, but honey and sugar, still good. Still delightful. Let me adjust the mic. Okay. Okay, let's get into it. Monday, September 28th, 2020. Really hope the mic's not messed up. Okay. I hate touching the mic because then I have to readjust it, and then I'm worried that it's not adjusted right. Okay. The evening whispers. Military personnel stationed along East Coast to prevent immigrants flooding in from the Atlantic. Delightful. Love that. Werewolf representatives push the ministry for more accessible sedative. Doctor from Salash town arrested for experimenting with child cloning. The Evening Whispers never has good news, I have to say that. It's just crazy. It's so bleak, which I guess is reflective of the news today, but damn. First things first. Okay, and then... Oh, I love him. Hendry. I have a soft spot for old people. Generally, you know, you have some where they're like, ugh. Some old people are just, they're old, you know? Yeah, I don't want to read all that. This is the problem with recording a bunch of parts back to back, because I'm like, reading. Okay. One more sip of tea. The anxious boy and his love stories on public transport. The day was hot, sunny, and humid. Just like most days in Jakarta. I was standing inside a crowded bus, neither well-functioning air conditioning nor proper ventilation, trying to keep myself productive in the uncomfortable environment by reading my recently bought copy of Maruki Harakami's The Elephant Vanishes, while listening to a random playlist on my old iPod. Despite the hellish conditions, you could say I was luckier than most because I was standing near the rear door of the bus, leaning my back on the side of the seat, safe enough not to fall out of the bus, breezy enough to breathe freely. As I mentioned, I was on public bus in Jakarta, so naturally, I needed to be wary with my surroundings, mostly keeping my belongings secure from pickpockets and other human pests. I glanced around the bus several times in between pages, and that was when I saw her. It's hard to describe her. She has no specific characteristic to differentiate her from other women. She was like the perfect example of the girl you walk past unseeing on the sidewalk every day. A girl you might glance at for a second, then a few steps later, it would be hard to even remember her hair color, never mind what her eyes or her nose or her mouth looked like. She was standing near the front door of the bus, not leaning on anything or anyone, not touching the bacteria-infested hand grip on the ceiling of the bus, although to be fair, it might have been hard for her to reach that grip anyway. But still, she stood there with the perfect balance of a tree rooted in a healthy soil. She stood as if somebody had silently put the Venus de Milo on the bus. She somehow fit perfectly without anyone noticing it happening. I don't know why, this story reminds me of some stories I read in a solar punk anthology. Oh, let me see if I can't spot it from where I'm sitting. Multi-species cities. That's the solar punk anthology. I can't see the editors from here, but it's a collection of solar punk stories, which if you haven't seen solar punk before, I love it. I love that genre. I've been waiting for it to blow up, so there's more to read. Essentially, it's kind of a different take on like the future, because there's like dystopian futures. Solar punk usually focuses on like environmental futures. A lot of them, it's like post terrible catastrophic climate change with how humans had to adapt to find ways to live alongside the earth rather than just like harvesting its resources. And some of it's kind of less like post-apocalyptic sort of, where it's like after drastic climate change, and more of like a alternate world where humans live alongside animals, and it's very, very environmentally focused, and I really like those stories. Some of them don't really have conflict, it's just kind of exploring an alternative future. Highly recommend. That particular anthology, I think it's kind of a problem with a lot of solar punk anthologies, is it's really hit or miss on the stories. Some of them are amazing, and then some of them are kind of but it was so good. A lot of the stories were like really, really good. They also, that particular anthology focuses a lot more on, I want to say it's Southeast Asian writers. I think it's a mix, because there was, I want to say, some Indian writers, a lot of like different, I want to say South Asian writers. I'd have to check. But it's basically, instead of being like a very Eurocentric or anything, it's different, like, it's different from what I'm used to reading. I'm used to reading like, you know, American authors, or, you know, like, it's very much the same culturally. That's always a hard word for me to say. So it was really cool kind of getting like a different, I don't know, sort of cultural focus. It was really cool. I loved it. So yeah, if you ever get a chance to check out solar punk, I recommend it. It happens to be something I really like, instead of like the constant doom and gloom of like dystopians or like apocalyptic, which I loved growing up. I loved them so much. I was obsessed. Now as an adult, I still enjoy them, but I much prefer like sort of solar punk, like positive spins on stuff, like living alongside, you know, animals and nature, and not like, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Imposing ourselves on it. Anyways, that's a side tangent and a half. She was wearing a pair of headphones wired, just like headphones were supposed to be, and a slight smile on her face. Sometimes she closed her eyes for a few moments, enjoying the music only she could hear. Her eyes rarely stayed in one place. They kept wandering around the bus, not too fast like someone anxious. not too slow like someone looking at something specific. Maybe she's the one, I thought. This isn't the first time a thought like this has crossed my mind. As a hopeless romantic, seeing any woman who piques my interest will immediately trigger a story in my imagination. A story of how I will approach them, get to know them. The proviso that they're just as I imagine them to be. Start dating, get married, have kids, grow old in our home, so on and so on. Random cuties, that's what I call them. Unicorns among horses. That's kind of weird, man. The term doesn't apply to any cute girls I see, of course. It has to be someone special. Or at least someone I imagine to be special. The thing is, automatically imagining those stories whenever I happen across a random cutie isn't healthy. It puts a toll on my mind and, of course, my heart. It creates a lot of unhealthy expectations before any opportunities even arise. Oh shit. She looked at me. We made eye contact for a brief flash of seconds. I immediately returned to my book. Did she notice me staring at her? Did she see what I was thinking? My mind won't stop spinning, overthinking, while my pulse beats double time in my ears. I continue staring at my book. With what just happened, I obviously can't read it properly. My eyes were looking at the words, but nothing was being processed other than thoughts of her. I glanced back at her. She was staring at me. Eye contact more than once. It has to mean something. Okay, but should I approach her and introduce myself? Yes, I should. But what if it goes wrong? What's the worst thing that could happen if we introduce ourselves? First, it's a crowded bus, and moving from the rear door to the front will definitely annoy some people. Second, what if after we approach her, she becomes annoyed and... Oh, come on, you're overthinking as usual. Nothing bad will happen, even if she does get annoyed. Don't dismiss me. Nothing bad will happen? She might scream and say I'm a pervert, and then the whole bus will beat me to death. Oh, and the worst option, what if we introduce ourselves and then it turns out she's not like we imagined her to be? All that time and energy will be wasted, exchanged for years of agony. And for everything be fine. Don't worry so much. No matter what happens second, we will still have to try something first. No, there's too much risk. The debate is still raging inside my head, and that's when it happens again. I make eye contact again. But this time it lasts longer than a few seconds, and then she smiled at me. Just a small curve on those perfectly average, beautiful lips. I quickly returned to my book. It just feels weird. He's calling her average, and then turning her into this sort of dream girl in his mind. I don't know. Weird vibes, man. See, you have to do something, but remember the girl with the violin we saw on the train to Yogyakarta a few years ago? Of course I remember. Exactly. She was just a random person that sat across from you on the train. We don't even remember what month it was, and yet we still remembered the maroon coat she was wearing, the violin case she put in the overhead compartment, her reddish hair and a pixie cut. Stop it. That was different, and we might have saved ourselves a lot of embarrassment by not talking to her. The thoughts, the noise, internal dialogue, it won't stop. I was sweating, but not because of the heat. A cold sweat. This had to stop. Stop, I screamed internally. Everything stopped, and just in time, my old iPod randomly shuffled to Explosions in the Spaces. The only moment we were alone. Cranked up the volume, put my book in my bag, and just breathed. Yes, I might lose the chance to meet the one by doing this, but at least, as long as I don't know her, she's perfect. As far as I know, she might be listening to Explosions in the Space. As far as I know, she might be a big fan of Harukami and Final Dreams... I don't know Roman numerals. As far as I know, she might be single. As far as I know, she might be the 100% perfect match for me. I believe can't exist in my knowledge of her that goes any farther than what I know right now. Besides, as the old saying goes, if it's meant to be, it'll be. I need a sip of tea real fast. It cools off so fast, it's really upsetting. The bus stopped in front of Plaza Sinayan, my destination. It was time for me to go. I decided not to look in her direction as I left, knowing that if I looked at her, it would be the last time I ever saw her. It's too hard for a hopeless romantic like me. I left the bus and enjoyed the warm sun and the breeze of fresh air. Finally out of the metal Schrodinger's box. That's when it happened. I turned my head to the right, and there she was, standing alone. Enjoying the breeze now she was free of the roasting metal box we humans call bus. She turned her head to the left, showing a glimmer of surprise at seeing me standing there. After that, she smiled. So if it's meant to be, it will be. That one was better than the cat one for sure. Oh goodness, all that reading. That took us a while. Oh, another sip of tea. Very nice. Are you sure that would be okay? Yes. I mean, it would be really hard to pull off, but it's something that'll make the store different. Different isn't always good. It's a neat concept. But you need to handle it carefully. And gracefully. I know. Eee. Hey, Gala. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Mr. Gala. Am I interrupting? It looked like you were having an intense discussion. It's nothing. Peach was just giving me feedback. It's for the book I'm writing. Sounds like a heavy discussion. What are you up to tonight? I'm just planning to sit and relax. Please don't let my presence interrupt you. Oh, don't worry about it. Although, I need to interrupt Peach for a moment. Sure, how can I help you? Can I have a cup of... You remember my remedy? Of course. Do you want to give it a try again? My last order might have been the right drink, but let's give it a try again. Just to be sure. Okay. Remember, it has tea and ginger. So are you saying you want me to make a different drink or the same drink? I mean, we'll experiment for a second. Is that what I just tried? I've already forgotten. Tea, milk, ginger. I'm just gonna make him the same drink. Maybe he wants me to experiment, but I don't want to waste experimentations, you know? Besides, we know it's his drink. It has his name. Judging from the smell, this looks like it. Indeed. I have the same feeling. Okay, so it is, he just wanted me to make the same one. I've made a note of that mixture. Perfect. Anyway, please don't mind me and continue with your discussion. Don't worry, Mr. Gala, we're done for the night. You're done? I have a lot of new homework thanks to you. You're welcome. Is Hyde coming? No, I'm by myself tonight. It's gonna be a peaceful night then. That's mean, Freya. For a solid second I thought my dog was trying to throw up, but he was just adjusting on the floor. Oh, come on, I was just joking. He needs to learn how to communicate his thoughts nicely, though. You're one to talk, Freya, harassing that poor old man. He might not look like it, but he's a very kind person, you know. He doesn't show it, that's for sure. That applies to you as well. Oh, come on. Good evening, everyone. I don't remember what voice I gave him. We're just gonna wing it. Welcome, Mr. Baileys. Oh, yeah. How are you doing, Freya? Not good. What's going on? Peach was just criticizing my story. It's called feedback. It's cruel. It's necessary. Sounds interesting. What's the problem with the story? The story is non-linear. Quite complicated. Imagine a choose-your-own-adventure storybook, but for adults. Sounds pretty common, so far. But instead of telling you which page to turn to, each decision you make will give you a score. What? The score will determine which page you should go to. Sounds more like a video game than a book. I know, it's not that original, but my target here is the mainstream audience. Huh? With the help of my publisher, this kind of book may go mainstream, just like the Choose Your Own Adventure show on Netstream. It's nothing new, but because of the marketing, the names involved, it reached the mainstream market. That sounds interesting. And highly ambitious, Freya. At least it's simpler than my other idea. Which is? Making the novel, not in the form of a book, but in the form of story cards. What? I know, right? As if she has all the time in the world. And that's before even considering the sensitive issue of setting the story in a world where only humans exist. Freya! What did you say? No, there's a reason why it has to be that way. Just wait until I finish it, okay? Alright, alright. As Peach said, though, I won't have the time. Getting a normal pitch approved is already a steep climb. Let's not make the mountain even higher. Fair enough. What's the story about, by the way? You'll have to wait for it. Don't want to spoil the fun. If you say so. Anyway, I haven't ordered anything. What do you want to drink tonight? Ginger latte, if you know how to make it. Ginger latte. Is that it? Food, anything warm and made with ginger. Metal maiden. Full metal jarhead. Trying to heal myself by helping other people heal. Aw. Let's mix it up. Wait, I always forget. Yeah, the phone confuses me. I don't know why. God, I already wasted some of my experimentations. Have I tried the milk and ginger? That's just straight ginger. Would a ginger latte have coffee? Ugh. Ginger latte. How? Lattes have milk. Is it tea milk ginger? Or did I already try that? Tea milk ginger, right? Tea milk ginger is the Galahad. Ugh! God, why is this so hard? Don't judge me, I am Googling this. I hate serving the wrong drink, it stresses me out. Okay, coffee talk. Ginger latte. Coffee, ginger, milk. God. I hate how it has to be in the right order. I already did that, but I put the milk before the ginger. Like, I find that so upsetting because it makes me feel stupid, and it makes me feel like I waste way more, like, times trying to make it. That looks really pretty. But, like, because ugh. Thanks. Damn, this is good. He would have insulted the shit out of me if I hadn't made that right. This kind of drink-making skill. I wonder why your place isn't any bigger. What we have here is what we have here now is more than enough for me. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. By the way, how are you doing, Baileys? Still busy with your last client? I almost said latest client. Oh, I'm done with her. Done? As in you're dropping the project? Hey, I'm not crazy. Still need the money. Done as in I finished the job. Spent the last few days making sure it's even done before the deadline. Did she like it? Oh, she loved it. She had some complaints, of course, but I convinced her. By using some design terms she doesn't understand. So you finished your job by bullshitting her? Huh. The finest bullshit, my lady. That's one survival skill every freelancer must have. Are you working on anything right now? No. I'm taking a break from work. I need to work on a few personal matters. Oh. Like you and Lua? Something like that. By the way, I'm curious. How did you guys meet? If you don't mind me asking. I don't mind. It's just that I was young and stupid, you know? Oh, come on. Who hasn't been there? You're right. So, I was a bit of a player back in college. Ooh, spicy. And I was going after my then best friend's girlfriend's friend. Best friend's girlfriend's friend. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, I'll say it slowly. I used to have a best friend. He was an incubus. Okay. Let's call him Cognac. Cognac has a girlfriend. Still following. And that girl has a friend. The friend is the one I'm after. Ooh, okay. Got it. She was one of the hottest girls there. But everyone knew she wasn't the type of girl you'd want to date. Why? I don't know. I don't want to get into the details. But this succubus was super hot. And all the guys wanted to sleep with her. She was a player too. Huh. That doesn't sound like Lua at all. Because it wasn't Lua, genius. Huh? Lua was my friend's girl. Holy moly. This is getting spicier. The other girl's name was... let's just call her Rose. Continue. I knew Lua thanks to her relationship with Cognac. It's a fake name you made up, right? Yes. Now will you let me continue without interruptions? Okay. So I asked Lua a lot of things about Rose. She knew what I was after. It annoyed her so much. But I kept on bothering her. I mean, I was a pretty active guy back then. So Lua came over to visit us at one point. I lived with Cognac back in college. I'd been out, I got back just as Lua arrived. Total coincidence. We went into our place together and witnessed something surprising. I have a guess. What? Cognac was sleeping with Rose. Holy mother of moly. I saw the look on Lua's face. Disbelief, anger, sadness. Without even thinking about it, I punched Cognac in the face. You what? You got into a fight with him. Well, I haven't told you. Cognac was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu tutor for kids. He's pretty good. Oh my. Yeah, I landed that one punch. He beat me to a pulp. Easily. Lua begged me to stop fighting on her behalf. Heh, more like she begged Cognac. Yeah, I wasn't kidding. I lost, but I don't give up so easily. I was beaten up pretty bad, so Lua took care of my injuries. We grew closer after that, and I don't even remember that exact date. Suddenly, that friendship turned into a relationship. That was one hell of a story. I know. Have you seen her by any chance? Yeah. Lua came by a few days ago. How is she doing? She hasn't returned any of my calls or texts. Well, she's healthy, that's for sure. She got into an argument, though. With whom? There was there was this Mel model. A model? I didn't think she was that type of girl. To go out with a model? Oh, they weren't together. What were they arguing about? Well, we were talking about your relationship. Lua told us about the reason behind the fight, about your family stuff, and then this guy Hyde joined the discussion. What did he say? He didn't understand why Lua would insist on getting family approval, considering, you know, what? You're willing to leave your own family? You would do that for her? Yeah, I would. I'm sick and tired of my family. Why would you say that? Let me tell you about my family. Or, I should say, most elven families. They all think they're so high and mighty. If you're born an elf, there are certain unwritten rules you must follow. Reputation and appearance are everything. We must never, ever make our family look bad. You can only befriend certain people. You must dress a certain way. You can only have certain jobs. Jobs that are deemed worthy and successful. Like being a doctor, a lawyer, a CEO, you know. Ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to be an artist. I love drawing and creating art. However, becoming an artist is not something elves would deem suitable. Unless you become the next Da Vinci. So, when I switched from a business major to an art major, my parents went crazy, screamed like they were on fire. They told me that I'd never be rich or successful. All that because you chose an art degree? You want to know the worst part? They blamed Lua. What do you mean? They blamed her for my decision to pursue my passion for art. Poor Lua, I relate. everyone I've ever dated, I mean 2 relationships, whenever it came down to like them wanting to make a decision that maybe their parents didn't approve of, but it was something they wanted, I would obviously be like, well, yeah, do what you want, do what'll make you happy. And then, of course, when they did that thing that they wanted to do and would make them happy, the parents always blamed me. Every time. Every time. It was me. It was my fault. So, fun. Yelled about how her kind is ruining the country. Accusing their religion of worshipping the Dark Lord. Accusing her of putting a spell on me and cursing the family. Whoa. I mean, come on, this is the 21st century. That's not cool. I don't want to sound judgmental. Your family is racist. Tell me about it. Lou is the only person that can make me feel alive. She told me I can be free and pursue my dreams. I don't understand why Lua is so obsessed with the idea of reconciliation with my family. I just don't get it. I have no problem leaving my family, you know? Would happily leave them for the both of us. What about her? What about her and her family? You may be happy to leave your family, however, it may not be the same for her. Gala, do you have something to say? Perhaps you could share with the class? Give us a different perspective? Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop. I couldn't help overhearing your story. I assume that the person you're talking about is not an elf, correct? Yes, she's a succubus. I see. I'm a werewolf. For werewolves, the wolf pack is the most important thing. We'll put family before any other. We often have our own problems within the pack. We won't abandon our family for anything. Perhaps that's also true for her and her family. Besides, if you leave your family for her, wouldn't that make your parents believe that all those bad stereotypes about succubi are true? It is not on them to prove the racist family wrong. That's not how that works. I never thought about it that way before because it's stupid. Whether you like it or not, your actions will have an impact on her as well. If you leave your family for her, that will put her in a difficult spot. That part's fair, in a way. She might feel responsible for your actions. There's nothing to feel bad about. I'm leaving my messy family to create a better one with her. It's easy for you to say that now, but you don't know what the future holds. One day, circumstances might change. One day, one of you might regret your decisions. One day, you might use the I left my family for you card. We love each other. I'll be with her whatever the circumstances may be. You know, love is like a flame. It might burn fiercely at first, but over time it will die down if you don't maintain it. Maintaining it won't be easy. It will be hard work. Because life is full of storms. In marriage, you will not survive on love alone. Whoa, that's deep. We'll have each other, and that's enough for us. Tell me, do you have health insurance? What? I'm an elf, why would I need health insurance? You'll need some. What for? Immortality is an elfin privilege. But you'll lose it if your family disowns you. I've seen people go bankrupt because they fell ill or got seriously injured, and emptied their entire life savings for an $8 pill because in this country they charge $20,000 for it. Damn right they do. My fiance is a pharmacy tech. He's seen the absurd amount of money they charge for life-saving drugs. And if you decide to have children, they won't have the same privileges you do. There's a high probability that they'll get bullied for being a half-breed. There are consequences. It shouldn't be taken lightly. Think about it. Anyway, I've gotta go. I apologize for my intrusion. No, thank you for your insight. I've gotta go too. Wanna head out together? Sure. Thanks for the drink, Peach. And Freya? Bye. What? You made me lose 2 customers in a minute. Hey, that wasn't on me. You were leaving anyway. Are you not gonna write that in your book? It's a secret. If your book is based on this coffee shop, how can you present a story like theirs in a world with only humans around? I'm not sure. Perhaps a hot drink will give you some inspiration. Sounds like a great idea. I I love the rain sounds. And that is where we're gonna leave off, because that is a long video now. It went from like, oh, it's gonna be 20 minutes to over 40. Anyways, I have to admit, when I first started playing the game again, I was enjoying it, but like not getting into it, because I was like, I've already played it, you know? I binge playing a few days at a time. I've like gotten back into it, and it feels nice. It feels good. I'm happy. It feels so good getting to meet all the characters again, and I love watching their interactions. It's so nice. The atmosphere, it's very soothing, very relaxing. Anyways, I hope you've been enjoying the series. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Bye!